Okay, let's get started with this. It's February 19th, 2023, everyone. Welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're hanging out, I was thinking it's been too long since I've live streamed. I have absolutely nothing planned, but I figured I'll do a quick one tonight and we'll try to have some fun. How about that? I was thinking we could try to make a data set or do some analysis of a data set. If you have any ideas, please put them in the chat. What's up, chat? We got a bunch of people there. Alberto, Google account 1. Good morning. Good evening to me. Good morning to you. I hope you're all doing well. Alberto saying he's using my videos to make a time series. Nice. That's awesome. All right. So let's look at this. Is there anything else we need to get out of the way? I don't think so. Hope you all been well. YouTube chat is showing up today. Twitch chat is slogging. Is anyone there on Twitch? No? Man. Okay, so here's a website that has a bunch of ideas for data sets. Can you guys, hey, Felix is in Twitch chat. We got one there. Okay, can you guys give me some ideas in chat for data sets? Here's what I was thinking. We know that things like ChatGPT are really trendy right now. At first, I was thinking of getting a Twitter data set of all these ChatGPT prompts that were up. Then I looked on Kaggle and there were like 3 data sets already there. Just found you recently after starting to learn Python. Things are helping. That's awesome. Frightened Windmills. That's a very funny username. I like it. I like it. So we're going to see how this goes. I have nothing planned, like I said. We're going to try to upload our data set to Kaggle. So we don't want to search Kaggle for the data set. But we want to think of something unique that we can explore. Have you tried giving a look into Kedro pipeline? I haven't looked at Kedro much yet. One thing I have been looking at to try to potentially make a video about is DuckDB. Have you guys heard about this? So basically, DuckDB, I guess you can work with polars, or you can just have it run in its own. It's kind of like SQLite, but different. Like you can query directly onto Parquet files and write SQL queries. Which is of my videos should you start with? Space Dude. If you're just starting out, my intro to pandas video. But if you're really just starting out, you should watch someone else's video on how to code in Python first, because I don't have any very intro videos. But just click around, whatever you enjoy. So I thought DuckDB was pretty cool. I need to make a video about it. Maybe whatever data set that we explore, we can use DuckDB. You know what I'm starting to think now that we're into it? Hey, Raphael, thank you for the subscription on Twitch. That's very nice of you. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. You know, I'm starting to think about, and this is probably an issue that I just need to get over, is I never finish things. We already have a data set that we've been working with. Maybe I just need to upload that to Kaggle. Type pizza 10 times. This is for you. This is for you. This is for the subscription. Thank you so much. All right, let's scroll all the way down here. I'll type pizza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for subscribing. It's actually my anniversary. I'm here 2 months already. Wow, time flies. Thanks for hanging out, or thanks for subscribing 2 months in a row. Very cool. So maybe what I need to do is we could see if we could run DuckDB on our food database, and I can actually get that uploaded. Let's find it. Twitch stream projects. Let's save this old one and do some USDA food processing. Not processed foods, but let's do some food processing. Kind of like word processing, but for the food. Where are we with this? We were looking at different beverages and all this stuff. And in reality, we just need to combine this stuff and get it into a Parquet file that we can then query. That's what I'm thinking. So basically we have from Food Central all of these files that are CSVs. This would be pretty cool to actually use DuckDB on a. So let's try to in here. Let's make this DuckDB on USDA food data set. So I think with DuckDB we can make this into kind of a database. Let's go to documentation, not installation. How-to guides. That might be it. How to export a table to a CSV file. How to load a CSV into a table. But we want to do the Python. Jupyter Notebooks. Auto Pandas. I don't know what this is. DuckDB memory. DuckDB query CSV files. That's what we're trying to do. Brazil's in the house. What's up? In the DuckDB SQLite script spends too much. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Thing is, I want the Python DuckDB. This is not the Python. This is how to, well, I guess I could just, yeah, maybe this is how it works. So let's look at the other DuckDB example. The Python API. So import DuckDB, right? And then let's make this code. If we select 24 show, no module named DuckDB because I'm in the wrong environment. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so it shows us this table. All right, so that's something. Then we want to actually select from a file. DuckDB read CSV example. Okay, so then we can. That's weird. So we can take these files. Let's do the latest one. Food. Oh, it's not going to autocomplete. Copy this slash food. Okay, so that just read in this whole CSV file. Then we can have persistent storage, so we can actually save as we query. Right, Parquet. I don't know if I like this. So it looks like with DuckDB, we can do this read CSV, read Parquet, or read JSON. Then we have a CSV in a relational database-ish. But then this name is going to be way too long. Can I read this as something else? So where I'm missing my normal Jupyter. What is this output? Is this our database? DuckDB pi relation. db.query. Select star limit 10. But from what? What is the name of this table? So now we have some food. Campbell's slow kettle soup cheese broccoli. But that's not what we want. We want this to be like a big table. Data ingestion. Okay, this is what I remember doing before. JSON files, CSV files. Read CSV auto. So then I could write I guess I could write a query on this file. Select star from that. Let's make this, nope. Let's make this 3 quotes, so this is a big string. Select star from this is our table, and let's limit 10. Let's just get the first 10 rows of this. Go Ducks for sure. Hey Rob, DuckDB, this is some API. It's like, so I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Let's talk about what it is. Documentation. Guides. No, we just want to know what it is. FAQ. Who makes DuckDB? These guys do. Why call it DuckDB? These are not questions I want to answer. I want why. There are many database management systems, DBMS, out there, but there's no one-size-fits-all database system. All take different trade-offs to better adjust to specific use cases. DuckDB is no different. Here we try to explain what goals are. So fast analytical queries. So it's an online analytical processing. These workloads characterized by complex, relatively long-running queries that process significant portions of the stored data set. So I think the idea is that there are other data querying engines that are more fixated around like small queries, like pulling just one row or writing one row to a relational database. But this is written for analytical queries. So these big group by queries, like we're doing, like you would do with Spark or with polars, right? Robert, tu me entende? I don't know what that means. It's SQLite for analytical data. That's a good way to put it. So we were able to query 10 rows of this. Let's try to put a where clause in here. Where description like. Can we do a like? Let's see if taco. This would work in normal SQL. Okay, look, so it works. I don't know if the spelling, if it needs to be all uppercase. That's pretty cool though. Look, we just took a CSV file and we just wrote a query on it, SQL style, as if it was a table in a database. Thanks for your videos, Rob. Do you trade stocks or backtest any I haven't. I haven't done any day trading stuff. So what is this column? Why is it not reading this column? Oh, that's publication date. Wait, publication date. I just need to make this smaller. Food category ID. So this is dependent on upper or lowercase, it looks like. Let's try to run more queries on this. All right, so food is the small file. Food is this small one. But if we go, I'm going to have to load up my files here. 038. Okay, food data central CSV 2022. All right, so the big file here, what's the big file here? 749 is this branded food. So let's try to do something on a branded food. Branded food. So there is nothing called description. Candidate binding. Oh, it actually gives us a short description. So how long is this query going to take? Forever? Wait, is this going to work? Okay, so nothing showed up in this description. Let's do our limit 10 on this. So I'm running this query on a 749 megabyte sized file. Okay, a lot of Campbell's soup stuff. Is that what I see when I go here? Okay. This file is like too big. Campbell's soup, but I feel like we're not seeing all these. It's not like displaying everything. FDC ID equals where this equals this. So we don't have to define a schema, and I guess it infers the data types we have in here. Let's look at the brand name specifically, because it's not displaying anything here, but I think it's just this table. Why would this be better than a data frame? That's a great question. I guess if you're more comfortable writing SQL, this would be better. Tiho, thanks for everything. Much love and support. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Let's see what's happening on the stream. My windows are all messed up here. There we go. So we have branded food here, but like if I go, all right, let's read in as you said, why is this better than just loading in with pandas as a data frame? Let's read the CSV in here and see if it's just a display thing. I think it is just a display thing where I'm not being able to see the values in these columns, or maybe they are null. So yeah, there is a lot more in this that is just not displaying, but there are a lot of null values. It should show us the GTIN value. There's just a lot of hidden columns. That's what's going on here. And there are a lot of null values. Market country, branded food category. All right, so if I want to do a group by aggregation on this. So let's just write it this way. Group by branded food category count. That's another way of doing value counts, I think. And then sort values. Let's say we just wanted to write this as a query instead. So we do select branded food category count as n foods. That'll be like our number of foods from this file. And then we'll group by our branded food category and see what this looks like. First of all, how long is this going to take to run? Are we loading in DuckDB multiple times? All right, so there's our results. Oh, we need to order. Order by our n foods. And then we'll order it descending. So the top one should be this popcorn, peanuts, and related snacks. Yeah, there we have it. So 80,000 rows in that. Now this ran just on the CSV file straight up. And it took about 5 seconds to do that group by. This we had to read in the data frame first, which was 8 seconds, but then the actual group by only took 0.2. So if this was yeah, it's debatable which is better. But then how do I get this DuckDB SQL result? Like, is this result into a data frame? I think I can take this result. Oh, why did it hide? Don't hide. Is actually, oh, is it lazily executing this? And then there's a 2df. So this is like our result data frame. So that took 5 seconds. And then we have an actual pandas data frame with the result. Living that data science life on a Sunday night. Like it's my job, Herbie Hoover. You're right. You are right on point. Xcode, thanks for subscribing. How long has it been, Xcode? How long has it been? Let's look. 6 months. 6 months, that's insane. Let's spin the wheel for you, Xcode. How have you been doing this evening? Scream Kevin. Kevin! All right, I screamed it. Gonna have a seizure with that wheel. Is it that bad? It's great. Better now that I get to hear you scream, Kevin. I do what I can for you guys. I do what I can. All right, so this is like the pandas way of doing it. Group by count. Oh, this makes a data frame. So then I can't sort values. Cannot insert branded food category because it already exists. Oh, that's weird. Really what we want is this. And then like to frame n foods. This makes the data set we want. And then we want to rename columns index as branded food category. That's super fast though. That pandas is very fast. All right, so I think what I want to do is actually merge this stuff into Parquet files. Motorcycles automatically add 25 to your cool point stats. What does that mean? DuckDB makes it easy to filter stuff. Oh, that's because Zebra Car, you bought a motorcycle last week. My 18-year-old daughter said to me, I thought you wanted to be a data scientist, not a statistic. Ouch. Hopefully you're safe on it. Oh, this is giving us a warning. All right, so we've looked at this data before many times, and then I forget what's going on. Here's the branded food CSVs. We pulled them in. We concatenated them together before. No, we just pulled one at a time. We looked at the branded food categories. We pulled in the food nutrition data. We were trying to find some of the most unhealthy foods. And this is what we came away with. I think because we had to do some merging. And this is really where I think we could do some, because all these merges can just be joins in a SQL statement. Like pulling the nutrients in, merging it with the other stuff. I don't know. But maybe let's try to make everything into some unified format. Because I remember this data being fairly large when we tried to combine it before. So we're going to do star.branded foods. That's CSV. I think this is it. No. Let's get out of here. Branded food. There we go. Okay, so these are all our branded food files. What are the other big one? The nutrients files. Nutrient. Nutrient. Just found your channel. I've fallen down a rabbit hole of relearning Python. Nice. Hopefully I'm giving you good tips on what to learn. Because I'm learning every day still. Thanks, Alan. Alan? I don't know how to pronounce names. All right. Let's look up USDA. Here's an idea. Let's look up and see if anyone else has worked with USDA food database analysis. Is there anything? Brandon Foods. These are the ones that... So basically, this is the same data just on their website. Description. If we click on the description, we get all the ingredients. Oh, and then it tells us the energy by portion. So we can change these different portions. But these should all be the same ID, FDC ID. All right, so my question is, what analysis has anyone done? Let's look on GitHub. Has anyone already done? This is from 2020. Mohammed Hassan. Looks similar to what we did, adding nutrients onto the information. Okay. Pretty cool. I'm just seeing if there's any tips on how to merge these together to make this data set as useful as possible. Chai Time Data Science, what's up? Good morning. Hey, I watched some of your stream the other day. It was really good. I couldn't watch that much, but I very much enjoyed it. You were looking at transformers. We're just trying to figure out how to make this USDA food data set into something useful that I can upload to Kaggle. Case study US food analysis database.json. Okay, so this is a different data source that this person is using. All right, so they actually checked in CSVs. Compared to foods based on their vitamin interval. I feel like this data set could be so useful, but no one's been able to figure out how to. Nutritional data analysis from the USDA database. This data was scraped from there. All right, so they did some merging to get the units of, oh, they did convert it so you could get all the food side by side, or all the ingredient things for each food ID. Thank you. I keep sending people to your channel during the Kaggle live shoots. You do? That's awesome. I have no idea why people watch your channel. Your channel is amazing. What are you talking about? MMD says he's going tonight to bed. It's 4 a.m. Have fun. Although you have done that before. You have said that before, and then you still stick around for longer. So I don't know if I believe you. Can anyone find, in chat, can anyone find any analysis done on the USDA food database? This is a huge free database of a bunch of information about food. Has anyone done like a really, maybe I should do like Google Scholar. Yeah, there's got to be some big studies out there. USDA Food and Nutrient Database for Dietary Studies 5.0. This is just the documentation. So this is just like a data dictionary to tell us what's out there. Have I tried using Bing? Let's ask ChatGPT. I feel like if every stream turns into asking ChatGPT questions, that'll be pretty sad. But it might honestly be what every stream ends up being in the future. You're going to watch people gaming and just researching on ChatGPT what to do next in their game. How do I win? I guess that's cheating. Like if you had a chess bot that was helping you. This is an article saying that it provides this information. From the Journal of Nutrition. I want to actually see some analysis of this data. Another one just saying that it was released. Carotenoid content of U.S. food. Carotenoid. What's carotenoids? Accurate characterization and association between carotenoid intake and various chronic diseases requires a current and complete food composition database of the individual carotenoids. But this is different data. This is from 1999. No. Okay, added sugars definition and estimation of the USDA food patterns equivalence databases. This one's pretty horrible too. Okay. From 2017. Show me some charts or graphs or something. Carotenoids and carrots. Good evening, Orange Runner. How's it going? Okay, so this person did an analysis of fresh produce. I'm just grabbing at straws here to see what we can take out of this. So they were doing just using the API. What's this food search that they're using? What's this food search function? We obtain NDB numbers using the food match food that iterates through a list of fruits and vegetables and uses our food search function from problem 1. What problem 1? Is this a homework assignment? Oh, homework 3, import star. Someone's homework assignment. Food search. What does this do? Takes the API key and a food, and then it searches in this database for that food and returns the response. Match food, NDP report. What's NDP reports? Okay, so this is a different API, right? NAL? Oh no, that's USDA also. Calling myself out, but am I the only one that sees Python as a hard language to grasp? I feel like it's very readable. I don't code in many languages, but Python was... I mean, it made the most sense to me when I was starting to learn it. I don't know. What do you guys think? So this is crazy. I feel like there should be more, and I'm probably not looking in the right spot, but there should be more research using this data set. Other than the USDA food chart, like, hasn't this been proven wrong? I don't know what this food pyramid's all about. It's crazy because everything here is just linking to it. Tinkering with the USDA food database. Okay. More people tinkering. All right, we already have all this data. Nutrient ID versus nutrient number. Let's try to do some real merging of this. Branded foods equals PD read CSV this. Nutrients. We needed to do low memory. It's false. Been watching your content recently. Really appreciate the stuff you share. Thanks, Tanner. Hope you're learning a lot from it and from other things too. Okay, so nutrients is very small. Yes, we have to remember how they get the nutrients. Food nutrient derivation, food nutrient conversion factor. Food attribute, sample food. It's like we almost need to open each of these. Food portion. Let's look for, like, for instance, Cheez-Its. Let's look for Cheez-Its. I love me some Cheez-Its. Where would I find Cheez-Its? We had to do some merges before. We had to do all these merges. So we took this nutrient data in, which is so small. We merged it on the soda nutrients, which is nutrients. What the heck was I doing here? Food nutrient. Oh, that was it. Pandas internally process data in chunks might detect types incorrectly if low memory equals true. You're right. Yeah, the reason why I did low memory equals true is because I just wanted to suppress that error, and then we can set the data types later. Hi, Rob. What's your favorite tool or Python library to create dashboards? My favorite is just using Plotly. Any computer science or machine learning course you'd recommend? I don't have any specifically, but there's so many good ones out there. Just go on Coursera or MITx or one of those websites and take one of the free ones. I had to create a data set for segmentation with ground truth image data in it. Do you have any advice on creating image data set and ground truth data? Yes, I do have advice. Well, I do have experience. I don't know what my advice would be. That it's hard. It's going to take a while. But that sounds like a cool project. I want to hear more about it. Are links okay here? Yeah, go for it. I still don't understand why they break out branded foods from the other foods. Maybe food nutrient source. I don't know what this is all about. Just this small table with the food nutrient source code. It's only 10 rows. Analytical data. Oh, so this is like telling us where the source was that they used to create. Lab method codes. FNDDS nutrition ingredient nutrient value. Maybe that'll be helpful. Less memory consumed. Usually use low memory equals false. Ingredient nutrition value, INV. Let's see what this one's all about. So this is ingredient code, ingredient description, nutrition code. I just feel like we need to focus this data set down to an example food. And this is what we tried to do last time with soda. And then find, like, link it up with all these other data sets so that we can just make one merged sparse data set. Because this data set could be so useful if it was just in a better format. Let's just open this folder and sort by the size of the data sets. So food nutrient is huge, then branded food, then just straight up food attribute. Did we look at that yet? Where's the food attribute? Oh, here it is. Food attribute. The value for a generic or genic. The value of a generic property of a food. ID of the food whose attribute pertains to, order of the attribute will be displayed. Name of the food attribute, the actual, that doesn't make any sense. Food calorie conversion factor. So that's like relating multiple files together. This is a mess. This ingredient nutritional value, how big is this? All right, so what does this have? Ingredient code, nutrient code. So there's an ingredient and then also the nutrient code. Oh, and then if I go to nutrients. Okay, so does that mean that this nutrient code is query the ID equals like this? Nope, that's different than the nutrient code here. Nutrient number. Oh, no, that's different. Branded food. I'm searching for Cheez-Its. Oh yeah, we need to fill NA with 0 or with false. Who owns Cheez-Its? It's spelled C-H-E-E-Z. I knew it was like a weird. All right, let's go to ChatGPT. How would you join data in the USDA food data set in order to get the nutritional value of Cheez-Its? The data is downloaded in CSV files from the USDA website, and we are using Python. Let's see what happens. All right, what has chat been saying? Using pandas. Oh yeah, using pandas. Oh wait, it already does it. You win. You do win. Lil Davis, how's it going? I want to do segmentation with satellite images. My project is actually simple, sort of like a school assignment. That's cool, Arda. What's food DES? Food DES, is that a file? I don't think we have a food DES file, do we? Ah. Would that be the description? This doesn't exist. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. I don't have those files. These are the files I have. I just gave it my name. Based on a list of files, it seems like you don't have offenses. That's not helpful. All right, let's ask this question. Here are the list of files that I have. All right, so it's trying here. It's saying the food CSV, I think it knows the data dictionary already. Okay, reading in food.csv. But there isn't a short description. None of these columns exist. ChatGPT, you tried. Like if I had a description column, this would be fine and dandy. I think what I did before was I took the food.csv, I did a merge on the sodas. Oh, why did I do that? All right, so this has the description. Let's find some Cheez-Its. That's right, fill in A with faults. Cheeseburgers. Cheez-Its. Cheese-Its. Cheese-It. There we go. Sunshine Cheez-Its crackers, originals. The OGs is there. Do I have it live record? What are we talking about? Give it a schema with df describe, include all. Like this. Yeah, I don't know what this gives us. All right, so all of the Cheez-Its happen to be branded food too. That's right. So can we... Can we just take this, the shape of this? Actually, let's take the unique IDs, which is the FDC ID. And unique. No, let's do to list. Shape of this is 1 million branded foods, 1.6 million. And then in foods, FDC ID is in so these should be all the branded food. Branded foods is like 1.7 in this for some reason. $1.62. So that's all of these. No, there's some missing. There's some missing branded foods that aren't in the foods. But maybe let's just focus on the Cheez-Its. Crackers, Cheez-It. Food category ID. What's survey FNDDS food? What is FNDDS? Can someone tell me? It is a database that provides the nutrient values for foods and beverages reported in What We Eat in America, the dietary intake component of the National Health Nutrition Examination Study. I know this is really small, so no one could probably read it. What's What We Eat in America? This is a different database. What We Eat in America is a dietary intake interview component of the National Health. Oh, this might be a better thing from the start. We spent all this time and maybe this is the data we've been searching for. What do you guys think? Two days of 24-hour dietary recall data are collected through an initial in-person interview and second interview conducted within 10 days. Oh, so this is like a survey result. Participants are given three-dimensional models measuring cups, spoons, and they measure what they eat. USDA is responsible for survey dietary data collection methodology, maintenance of the database used in the code, processing the data, explore data. Let's go ahead and explore this. I'm not going to subscribe. They stopped. Oh, pre-pandemic fact sheets. Things changed. So did they stop this after COVID? It just goes from 2017 to March 2020 pre-pandemic. And they give us this, which is a massive PDF file. This is a red herring. I don't think this is what we want. So that's what this. That's why this Cheez-It crackers is completely different. Survey FNDDS. So that's from that survey. $305 different Cheez-Its. All right, I don't want sunshine Cheez-Its. Here we go, just our straight up Cheez-It baked snack crackers. So let's do this. Publication date. FDCID lookup. Not FCC. FDC. Search for foods. Let's try to just put this in. Cheez-It. Okay, so then I have to go to branded foods. That's why I was missing out. Search operators. Can I put it in quotes? FDC ID. Can I just search this? Nope. Nope. New product is created for every packaging and reissues in different rebranding packages. So does that mean that I want to go like this? Foods. Description. Equals this, and then we'll only look these up. And then there are 3 of them, and we're going to sort values by publication date. So really this FDC ID is the main one that I should be concerned with. Let's merge our foods with our branded foods. Merge branded foods. How equals left. Validate. There should be a 1-to-1 match, right? Because the FD, and we're going to do it on this FDC ID. Now in our foods, we should have the description, the data type, food category ID, and the publication date. Do we not have that before? I guess not. Head this. All right, let's look at our one example. Query FDCID equals this last but not least Cheez-Its. GTIN UPC. What's GTIN UPC? GTI, GTIN or UPC code is identifying the food. Duplicate code signify an update to the product. Use a publication. Oh, okay. Wait, so then if I search now this branded foods with this. Wait, what? Okay, this must not be a integer, it's a string. All right, so now we have in branded food actually 4 versions of this. Oh, okay, so this one has like a comma cheese after it. Comma cheese. But these are all the same actual thing. One has the package weight. Why does it have the package weight? Modification date. How could it be all modified on the same date in 2017? When this was, the publication date was 2019. Not a significant source of. And then we have ingredients. That's the unique code. So this is the barcode. So you're telling me the barcode item. Yeah. So if I search for this in Google, it actually comes up with this nutrition data list. And it has this like nutrition facts thing here. Okay. UPC code. And then I'm guessing what they've populated this with is just the data from here. But then how did they get the ingredient list? Okay, they got the ingredient list just from this. So branded. Let's actually look at this. First one. Values. Split on a comma. Oh, this is just a string. We'll split on comma space, I guess. Oops, I didn't mean to do this. Enriched flour. Look, it even had this parentheses mix up like we do. And it looks like they ran title on it. Title. 4i in ingredients. All right, so this should actually match this 1 for 1. It looks like it does. They stripped, looks like they stripped this period out. Why are some of these in parentheses? Is that because this is enriched flour and then in parentheses this is what makes up enriched flour? Kind of like how this one, vegetable oil, and then this is what makes up vegetable oil. It's just a mess to parse. You see this? Like cheese made with skim milk is actually consists of these. So it's almost like you need a graph showing how all this makes up. What does the publication date mean for this data set? Great question. Let's find out. The date when the food was published to Food Data Central. So I guess if the manufacturer like updates something, they might publish to Data Central a change. Yeah, that's all it's saying here is for publication date. Good question though. Yes, they have sub ingredients. So that makes it confusing. Okay, so then how do we get the nutrition facts? Because ultimately, don't we want to do like nutrition facts by serving size? Probably. So we need to do food nutrition. Food nutrients. And we'll query where the FDC ID equals this Cheez-Its, our Cheez-Its. Okay, so now we have all of these nutrient IDs, which should like 130 calories. Oh, but we have two different derivation IDs. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. No, we have three different derivation IDs. What is this derivation ID stuff? I feel like this, every time I stream about this data set, it's trying to figure out what's going on and then forgetting it all the next time. There's this conversion factor, this food nutrient derivation CSV file. So let's just call this the full name of the file. How do we get this? How do we get 4 Cheez-Its this? That's our goal right now, is how to get this from this data set that we have. So food nutrients, 2 derivation IDs. Let's query where ID equals 70, because that's the most common one. Wait, which is the most common one? Most of them are 70, which is calculated from value per serving size. Okay, so maybe we want everything to be 70. And then what's 75? Calculated from daily value percentage per serving size measure. So 70, let's just do it this way. $70 is this. 75 is calculated from this daily percent measure. And then 73, what's going on with that? What is up with this? Calculated from less than value per serving size measure. Why would you do that? You have me intrigued. Why is one of these calculated from less than? Is it because it's just so small it can't be? So let's look at this, where the derivation ID equals 73. All right, now we need to look up the nutrient ID from nutrients and query this. We just need to do a bunch of merges here, basically, to merge all these together. Oh wait. ID equals this. Fiber, total dietary fiber. Fiber is 1%. Oh, is it because it's asterisk? Daily value star. Percent daily values are based on 2,000 calorie diet. I don't get it. All right, so I think we only care about number 70. Hey, Rob, when's the next neutrino stream? Man, I wish I had time to really work on a Kaggle competition these days. But honestly, the only time I'm able to look at Kaggle is when I'm looking at the leaderboard of the competition that I'm helping lead or when I'm streaming. Otherwise, I don't have time with everything going on to actually work on one legitimately. And I feel like it's just too late for me to dig into that competition. Maybe in the future I'll have more time for Kaggle so I could live stream about it. Hey, Mohammed, what's up? Welcome to the chat. How's everyone going? How is it going, everyone? Good. Very good. Okay, so we got to take this and somehow convert it into... So I think what I realized is we want to take this and where the derivation ID equals 70. So just because I'm interested, let's see if the food nutrients derivation IDs is mostly 70, I would think. Yeah. So mostly they list out things. Oh, you know what the question is though? Does that mean that they list each nutrient ID in two different ways derived for the same food? So it's like we would double count it, or do we have to account for both of these? Let's look up this nutrient ID. Only shows up once. So we just have to do the conversion factor. Right? Let's also do nutrients. Basically, we want to take food nutrients and then nutrients and merge these. Nutrient ID and nutrient number, I think, are different. So let's query where ID equals 1003. That's protein. The amount of protein is 0. On here, if we look at protein, 4 grams. What? 14 grams. How does protein jump from 4 grams to 14 grams? One package versus 100 grams. So one package is 28 grams. Serving size is 100 grams. I'm surprised the serving size of Cheez-Its is more than one package? Oh, standard serving. Okay. Anyways, this says protein is 4 grams. This shows protein as being... Let's just merge this. Oh, wait. I'm not searching for the right thing. That's what's going on. Let's merge this on nutrients. left on nutrient ID, right on ID, right? How equals left, validate many to one. Okay, so this should be our combined food nutrients with the actual names. And now when we query on this, we should have this unit name, nutrient number. Okay, so now we need to go by name. Let's not do this filtering. Show the name of the nutrient. Amount. Let's go ahead and throw the derivation ID in there. Why does it have min, max, median? Footnote. And, oh yeah, we want unit name. And I think that's it. All right, calcium. Calcium 0%. What? I don't know how they got this 0%. Carbohydrates by difference. 19 grams. 67 here. Jeez. That's because this is in the standard serving. What was 70? Calculated from value per serving size measure. At least this makes sense. Lines up here. Sodium, 821 milligrams. 10% of your daily sodium. Cholesterol, 0. Okay. Total fat, 14.3. I don't see the 14.3 total, maybe because it's broken down into saturated. Maybe this is more granular than they show here. Trans fat and saturated fats. These are all fatty acids. Pardon my French. Iron in milligrams. So what if I did food nutrients and I do where I queried where the, let's show nutrient ID. I think I get where we're going with this. I'm going to try to take all the foods by the description, take all these nutrients and pivot them so that each of them are a column. So we can compare across about them. Total lipid equals total fat. Oh, total lipid. Oh, fat. Okay, total lipid. Yeah. But does that make sense? Like, make a make this column wise, and then we can compare. But just, I want to see if we could do, like looking at this, where's calories? 464. Is that energy? Yeah, so that's energy. So does that mean that if I search for nutrient ID equals 1008, and unit name equals kcal, and derivation ID equals 70. This should be like apples to apples comparison of all these different foods. Don't know for sure, but right? And then we should be able to sort values by the amount. Ascending equals false. Let's look this bad boy up. Food, branded foods. There's no way this can be legit amount of calories. That's like, doesn't make any sense. Let's copy this and just like for a sanity check. Oh, it's amount. Something's going on here with these really large numbers. It's probably not actually kcals. Query amount is less than 1,000. Okay, so let's look at the ones that are over 1,000. Are they all just way up there? Okay, so it looks like maybe 10,000 is a legit number. Maybe not even. No, it's not even a legit number. I don't know what's going on with these large numbers, but let's focus on these ones down here. So anything under this extreme amount, but we're going to sort values by the amount. Sending false. Still might have some bogus numbers here at the top. Let's look at what this is. Let's merge this on branded foods. On FDC ID validate. Let's do 1-to-1. Should be 1-to-1. Merge keys are not unique in the left data set, so not many 1-to-1. Okay, I guess that the left data set could have multiple values for the FDC ID calories. Let's just not worry about that so much. We're just trying to find some high calorie products. So what columns are we going to show here? We're going to show we are going to show what we care about. We care about the description, maybe first. Let's split these up by doing what are these double commas? Okay, so now we got the output of these as a list. Or sorry, split up on separate lines. That took a while to just do that obvious thing. Okay, so we have this. I don't care about most of this stuff. Don't care about most of this stuff. I do care about the description. Which I somehow lost in that whole rigmarole. Description. The amount. The nutrient. We don't care about nutrient ID. We care about the nutrient unit name. Might be interesting to get that. Package weight. This might be interesting. This name is actually the nutrient name. Maybe pull these ingredients. I don't know. All right, we've sorted. What we've done here is we've sorted by the number of calories the items are per serving. It should be per serving. We've ignored all these really high outliers that might just be differences in units. I think that's the only thing that would make sense. All right. So then what do we have here as the top ones? So these bottom ones clearly are just like water. The top ones. Is there a brand name? Yeah. Brand name, brand owner. Let's throw those in. Market, country, available date. Description. Oh, let's also get that, let's get the number that we can look up and get this page for. What's that thing that we looked up? This UPC number. G10 UPC. So we'll put this first. After all this, Tea Pigs green tea doesn't make sense. What is Tea Pigs green tea and how could it have so many calories? Has to be an issue with the conversion. Or with the serving size, right? Yeah, this is just bogus. English breakfast tea cannot have that many calories. Someone fat fingered something when they're putting it in. It's the only. How do you comment multiple rows at once? With control backslash. Loops just do a thing over and over again until you want them to stop. What were you guys asking? Hey, I'm learning the syntax now. Recent economics undergraduate. Tips on how you would know enough syntax to start your first project. Python's syntax or Pandas syntax? Because best way to learn is to like read a good book on Pandas, but then just start exploring the data yourself, I think. I think you can get there just pretty quickly by trying to ask the question that you want to solve with the data and then looking up on Stack Overflow and stuff, ask ChatGPT or whatever. Don't forget the derivation ID. That's why you have duplicates. But what we found with the derivation ID is they weren't necessarily unique. There weren't necessarily duplicates of things, right? I immediately dived into Pandas, Seaborn, and Matplotlib. That's a good place to start. But this T is an energy, so it should have many calories. No way has like more, almost half your daily calories is in a T. Package weight, 330 milliliters. Maybe I'm just, I want to see the website say that on the, like, similar to this one. I want to see the nutrition data list show me it. All right, so Merrymint. See, something's off. Something's off because look at this. Merrymint bar. We looked up the UPC number. This says the amount of calories should be 980. Is it because of portion size? 100 grams? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So it really is 980 calories if you eat this. What is this thing? Chocamize? Amplify your brand with corporate gifts? It's a corporate gift? It's going to make you fat. Okay, so it's just really, this is like, you don't care about being healthy when you eat this food. You're giving it to other people. You don't care how healthy it is. So that kind of makes sense. Now I'm starting to think this tea might actually be legit. So Chocamize, you're crazy. Organic coconut milk? See, how can I get the okay, so this is organic cocoa milk by Mal. Who's Mal? Who is this Mal? This coconut drink is 976 calories. I don't get it. Who's buying this stuff? Biofac 2023. How can it be? It's got, I'm thinking data issues. Sauteed vegetable cooking. Okay, so what is this stuff? Delalo. How come there's so many websites that it looks like has this information? This has a 7 continuous site. So we're doing something wrong, or I'm doing something wrong here. If this site can rate it a 7, I think it's because it's something about this conversion. It's like very, very unhealthy small foods. So then when it does the serving size of being 8 tablespoons, or I guess this is like, yeah, so it's just rounding up to 100 grams. That's the problem. It's rounding up to 100 grams of like this really rich thing that you're only going to add a tablespoon of to your food. The Squirrel brand company. Italian black truffle almonds. Please don't tell me almonds are that bad for you. Openfoodfacts.org. 8 ingredients. Yet another website that has this data. We're looking for the Italian black truffle almonds. These. $270 calories. I mean, that's not crazy. It's just that it's so small amount of food to give you that much calories. Like, do you think you could actually eat 4 of these things? What does it look like? Come on, Squirrel brand. Squirrel brand. Has anyone out there eaten Squirrel brand before? To eat 100 grams of almonds like this, I think you could do it. Let's shop for it. Squirrel brand. It's not milk, but you don't drink it outright. It's normally used in baking and cooking, like rice dishes. Yeah, I agree. So like the cream stuff, it makes sense that it has huge calories if you're going to eat 100 grams of it, which is just impossible. But these almonds, like, could you eat a bunch of these and not realize how many calories you're eating? Maybe. I think it probably comes down to that I'm doing this analysis wrong. Like, what's a better way to compare it? And also the package weight. I guess we need to find out the serving size. Like, what's the value? What's the serving size? Because I want to see. Yeah, that's the truffle oil. Calories from fat. Serving sizes is other derivation ID. Okay, so yeah, good point. Let's try to do this. Do the same thing on this ID of, shoot, where did I create kcals? Before we did it on kcals, derivation ID 70, but as we found before, this derivation ID 75 is calculated from a daily value percentage per serving size measure. See, this makes me think 70 should be what we're looking for, but let's look up 75. Invalid syntax. Oh, I'm not sure what I did there. Oh, calories are going to never be derivation ID. So if we look up nutrient ID, this nutrient ID for the calories, derivation ID is never 75. It's 70 and 71. What's 71 in the derivation ID? I forget what I called that. Food and nutrient derivation IDs. Query ID equals 70. Calculated from value per serving size. And that's what we were looking at before. But now what is 71? Calculated from approximate value per serving size. Basically the same thing, right? Per serving size measure. And so let's look at this and derivation ID equals 71. At least this will give us something. And then we'll look at our columns that we care about. Which are these. And yeah. Aluminum can. All right, we saw this before. Polar beverages. This came up before when we were looking at high calorie stuff. $2,000 calories a day is the approximate measure they use. Yeah, that's right. So 75 is like you're getting 20% of your daily recommended intake of sodium in this serving. Rob, even regular almonds have high calories. They serving usually equal to a dozen of almonds, but when you really eat them, you eat much more than that. Oh, so almonds could be legit high calorie ones, but maybe it's healthy calories. I don't know what the science is on that. People call it healthy calories. All right, so here's the deal. It's midnight. I'm going to bed. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It was a lot longer of a stream than I expected because I had so much fun with you all. I'm just going to go ahead and log off real quick here. Feel free to share my stuff if you found it helpful. And if not, just don't tell anyone that this happened and no one will know. All right, thanks. I'll see you guys next time and have a good night. Appreciate you all hanging out here with me. Bye.